Hello Aquarius, welcome. This is Love in the New Moon. So this is a general love reading for all Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in love for this new moon energy. The new moon is October 27th. So these will probably go for a couple weeks. So let's see what the universe has in store for all of our Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Messages from the universe for the greatest and highest good for our Aquarians in love, dear universe. All right, it's about time some of you Aquarians start to open up. Maybe there's something that you've been needing to express, say, but it's time for you to start to open up. All right, Aquarians. I feel like, you start out here with this energy of the Knight of Wands. I think you feel good about yourself. You're really confident. Things are in order. I think you know what you're doing. But then at the same token, I feel like there is something, a relationship, or maybe it's just how you are in a relationship, where things might not be working as well as you want them to work, but you're not willing to walk away and close the door yet either. But I do get the sense that there's a lot of fighting that goes on. And in this relationship, it's one of these, you guys fight a lot, and somebody always has to have the last word. It's like when the fight is over, somebody goes back, and just, they won't let it go. You know how annoying that is when you're done talking about something and that person just won't let it go. But I feel like it's because there's something, it's like you really want to state your position. It's like, you feel really good. And there's a part of you that doesn't want to be with this person. You would much rather be, free and single and on your own. But you're also not willing to walk away either. So I feel like you're just trying to figure out, how am I going to make this work? But every time you go to discuss something, it turns into a fight, and then everybody walks away feeling really bad, and then somebody's left feeling bad. Now they're going to go back and they're going to say more. I mean, it's that kind of an energy that I'm picking up from you. Yeah, that just sure isn't working now, is it? So I feel like you're at a crossroads. Like, what do I do? What do I do? Because you're not willing to put this relationship to an end. You want to figure out how to make it work so that you guys can have a really good future. So it's like, what do you do? And I think you've been watching to see, what to do. Because again, you are not willing to give up this relationship. Somehow you're going to make this work, and you're going to figure out, what is it that we need to do? I get the feeling there's a little bit of mental issue that goes on, because there is this unrest about, oh, should I stay? Should I go? Just like Capricorn, it's like, maybe you're Capricorn Aquarian cusp, but your intuition knows what you should do, and I think you should follow it. I think it's talking. Maybe some of you will have some insight through a dream, through a message, have synchronicity. You meet somebody you haven't seen in a while and they tell you something that you needed to know. But I feel like you're really at a stalemate and you just don't know how to make this better. You're not willing to give up this relationship, but you don't know how to make it work. And you've tried all kinds of things and you continue to feel like things remain unstable between you and your person. And like I say, I feel like, there's been a lot of hurt between the two of you. For some of you, you've been really unstable, pretending everything is better. But there's been, it's been a rough road. Emotionally, it's been hard. I think it's been one of those things where you want to see a future. You're going to try to figure out how to make it work. You're not sure how you're going to make it work, but you're going to figure it out. Yeah, you're going to figure it out and you're going to make it work. I see that right here. And it's like, it's just a matter of time for things to start to balance out. Maybe some of the issues that come up between you and your person have to do with somebody not having any patience, and there's issues of money. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who's an air sign. Maybe they're, you know, an Aquarius, a Libra, a Gemini. You know, it's one of those things where you're just trying to figure out what is it going to take to put everything back in order, get balance again. Things can work out better. And I do see you doing all of that. You know, I mean, here, either you or your person, I mean, it's like you get your shit together, you know, and then things start to move again, because somebody is causing this unrest. And like I said, I pick up a little bit of mental energy. So I feel like a lot of this is in somebody's head, you know, and you create that, you know, and it's like, you've got to move past this so that you can start healing this relationship, because you're not willing to give it up. So what you got to do is heal it, you know. And right now it's like, there's this, how do I even start, I think is a question that comes to you. It's like, how do I turn this around? Because every time we start to talk about these things, we fight, you know, and then it gets into an ugly fight. And now nobody's hearing anybody. That's interesting that the Hierophant came out. See, there's this need for freedom, to break away, to break out of this mental state that somebody is in. It's like, you know, take the blindfold off, Aquarius. Take the blindfold off, you know, so that you can really see what's going on here, you know, because it's almost like this relationship, even though you're together, you're not, if you get what I mean. You know, it's like you want to make it work and you want everything to work, but it's like ultimately somebody doesn't want to give up their freedom either. And that leaves somebody trapped, not knowing what to do. False happiness. Isn't that funny? I get like this false happiness. Don't pretend you're happy if you're not. And if it's not working, it's not working. Whoever your person is, if it's not working with your person, then maybe you need to find a new approach and have a little bit more patience with each other. Because I'm feeling like there's like somebody just flies off the handle. Yeah, and see, and that's unfortunate. I really feel like somebody is always like this King of Swords, like somebody flies off the handle. And if this is you, Aquarius, you're fine one minute, and the next minute, like, you're off the charts, and now, you know, you've got to pull back, and you're holding back, and it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. Somebody's always skating on thin ice around you. Or maybe you're skating on thin ice around them. You know, but you want to make this work. You don't want to be alone. You know, you don't. But right now, how are you going to make this happen? I think is the big question. And it's going to be communication. Because emotionally, you're so out of sorts. It's like you almost don't even know what you want. What you do know what you want is this relationship. You know, there's going to be but there's been a lot of damage. I'm going to say it. You know, mentally, there's been a lot of damage. You know, because I think you guys have struggled in communication. See, and here, this Queen of Wands, she's always right. The King of Cups, the Knight of Cups reversed. You know, and the other person, like I said, somebody is with you, but they're not. You know, they're still out doing what they, and that causes hurt, because this King of Cups, this is somebody who is not committed. You know, this Queen of Wands, this is somebody who is really not a nice person. I'll call her a bitch. She's really a bitch, this Queen of Wands. And this is how I think you come across. I think you become such a bitch, or they become such a bitch, that you're ready to go out and do something else. So you question your future with this person, truly questioning it. You know, and I know you don't want to hear everything, but again, here we have this Six of Pentacles reversed. We had that over here straight up. And it's like, how do you make it work when you guys can't even talk to each other? Yet nobody wants to give up. Nobody wants to hear the truth of what's really going on. There's a real toxic energy here. I mean, this is like nasty. The devil has come up twice. You know, so get out of your head, Aquarius, because I feel like you need to look at that. You know, because emotionally, I feel like you're a wreck. I mean, there's a lot of heady stuff in this reading. And it's either you or your person. But it's really unfortunate because it affects the whole family. That is, if there is a family. You know, so you've got to move away. You've got to move away from all of like what's in your head, you know, because I think a lot of it is in your head, and then you're always asking for forgiveness. And it's like, I think the two of you have a chance if you would learn how to be patient, not yell, not scream, and really be honest with what's going on. I mean, there's a lot of aggression. And I think this last full moon, or this full moon coming up, is going to start to bring a lot of this out. This new moon, I think, will bring a lot of this up to the surface as well. You know, because if you want a fresh start, you got to get rid of all of the crap. And I feel like somebody's got a lot of crap in their head. You know, and I feel like it's more in their head than it is real. But if you want this sun to shine, you got to start making better choices. And I feel like there is a formula out there to help you with this. You know, so you don't have to be so alone in this decision, especially if you're with somebody who you want to be with. You know, it's like, I think if you are with somebody who you want to be with, then you need to figure out how to make it work, because you're not going to walk away and you're not willing to cut things out. So you've got to make it work. All right. So quit looking at what's gone wrong and start looking at what is right in your relationship, and maybe you can help to turn it around. I do feel like, you know, this High Priestess, if you're paying attention, you know what's going on. I feel like you know who's in their head, you know, who's fooling around, who's lying. I mean, there's such a disconnect between you and your person, and it's almost like you just got to get on the same page. You can get on the same page, there's hope. All right? So that's what I've got for you, Aquarius. I hope this resonated. I'll be doing a reading again next week for the month of November. So take what works, leave what doesn't. If you like the reading, I appreciate a thumbs up. But stay tuned and let's see what might come out in this next reading for you, Aquarius. Sag, I almost said Sag. I wonder if you're dealing with a Sag. You know, because the Temperance card came up. Maybe there's a Sagittarius in your life. Could be another Capricorn. I don't know. Could be anybody, but you know who it is. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Aquarius. I hope it helped. Until the next reading, blessed be. Bye now.